show, man, we got one more topic, man, boxing. So the superstar Terence Crawford, he recently rejected a two-fight matchup versus Connor McGregor. Now, James, have you heard about this, man?
Uh, this is my first hearing about it. Was kind of going over like the show topics, and I thought that this was fascinating, but also I guess in some ways you can't blame them that much. And I'm almost wondering if it's definitely not a money thing, is what it seems like, because I'm sure they offered him a ton of money to fight Connor, and that would be a big pay-per-view event. But I respect him for saying no just because, it's not the same sport, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. It was gonna be one boxing fight and one MMA fight. So he said the reason he rejected the fight was because he did not want to participate in mixed martial arts fight. So he ain't want to be kicked on and nothing like that. Nooney, I'm gonna start with you, man, with the first question, man. Was Terence Crawford right for rejecting this fight to you?
I'll be honest with you. If I was in a position, I would have taken it because I'm gonna tell you right now, just like James said, I know that probably was $100 million fight, which that's the reason Conor McGregor took the fight. That's the reason Conor McGregor even went for the fight. Conor McGregor's in his bag. I'm a way bigger UFC fan. Like I watch every UFC fight night, every UFC pay-per-view, every other month. And Conor McGregor is one of my favorite fighters all time, but he's definitely in his bag right now. So he's just looking for the bag. I think what Terence Crawford's issue is, it's kind of like the Jake Paul effect. He don't want to deal with the buffoonery of the cross boxing matches and things of that sort. So he has his money. He has money, and I think he's just like, I'm fine with it. I don't really want to dig into that space.
Right. Now first, man, when I first was talking about, I'm like, why didn't he take the fight? But kind of when I just thought about it and went into it, I kind of get why he did it. You know what I'm saying? If we look at the difference between them two, McGregor's more of a UFC MMA fighter versus, even though now he did call him out, saying Crawford, he has some wrestling experience, but it's like amateur experience. You feel me? It's not like he switched over. He started with that and switched over. It's like he learned that as he was coming up. So I mean, you can't really call that. You know what I mean? That's just me how I feel about it. James, like, what does this show about his character for him rejecting this fight? Like, what do you think his character is?
Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. I guess you could say maybe he doesn't want to look bad if he's not able to hang with Conor McGregor, especially in an MMA type of fight. Because, two completely different disciplines. I mean, similar in some ways because it's combat, but really, you got the kicks, you got the grappling and stuff that really isn't part of boxing when, you take somebody to the ground. So I just think maybe it was a good idea for him to do it, but I don't know. It would have been probably a decent payday, at least.
Very big. I'm gonna say this. I don't think maybe he fears the UFC MMA aspect of it, because with him having the boxing experience that he has, that's half of it. The kicks and the grappling, he can get a little training and make it a decent fight. I can say that. I just kind of, and I got a question for y'all after this, but I kind of feel like he just didn't want to, like I say, he didn't want to didn't want to dab into that Jake Paul type of era of just fighting guys that's not really in your realm. Even though I think when you said that it was one fight for boxing, one fight for UFC, that kind of intrigued me, because if you look at it, a lot of these fights, Jake Paul fighting all these guys in the boxing. When Jake Paul's been professionally training, for boxing for years now, and he's fighting guys in strictly boxing matches, and Jake Paul has proven that the best UFC strikers don't compare to a boxer. It's totally different.
Right.
A UFC striker, the best UFC strikers you'll see, Conor's one of the best that we've seen, is 50% when it comes to boxing. Floyd Mayweather literally played with Conor McGregor the entire. He didn't even swing at Conor McGregor the first 4 or 5 rounds when they boxed.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is more of it. He just didn't want to deal in that. But on that subject, before we go, I want to ask you, how do y'all feel about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
Man, I feel like it's gonna be commercialized. Like I said, the fact that they pushed the fight back, I don't think it's gonna be real. I don't think it's gonna be real. But like I said, we'll just have to
So
see.
I wasn't intrigued by the fight at first, right? When they were saying, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be an exhibition like you seen Mike Tyson and Roy Jones.
Yeah.
That was the exhibition match. But when they said that it was gonna be an official boxing match that went against your record, I was like, okay, I now I see Mike Tyson trying his best, because I don't see Mike Tyson trying to bow down and lose and add another L to his record.
Yeah.
So when they made that official that it's going to be an official boxing match, I'm like, all right, now I'm a little intrigued. But I want to ask this: who do y'all think is going to win? If now that it's an official fight, who do y'all think is going to win that match?
I'm gonna be honest. My initial thoughts was Tyson. But like I said, I'm a diehard Tyson fan. So regardless, I know he's gonna win. I know he's gonna, but I'm not saying it's gonna be a cakewalk, but I know Tyson can win it.
What about you, James?
Iron Mike all the way. I'm looking forward to the fight for sure. And why not push it back, especially considering Mike's age and giving him time to heal and then kind of retrain and get ready for the fight. And I think it's coming up in November.
Yeah.
This is a Netflix event, I believe, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, if it is, that's perfect, honestly. But I'm gonna say this: I was Mike Tyson at first, but then I sat there and thought about it. Man, Mike Tyson is almost 60 years old. Jake Paul is 25? Jake Paul is in his prime.
Right.
I think Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, and I think he beats him convincingly.
Man, we're gonna
I
have
think
to.
I think we're gonna get the first 2 or 3 rounds of old Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Coming in, swinging, doing his thing. And you watch Mike Tyson, if you watch him, bro, training, he looks good, but all that, that's different when you find in that ring somebody swinging back at you. I want to go like my heart is like with Mike Tyson, but my head is like, man, because I feel like this. If 25-year-old Jake Paul loses to 56, 57-year-old Mike Tyson, it's over with him. Because we've seen him, he sit here beating everybody, and when he finally fights Fury, he finally fights a real boxer, he loses. So if you as a 25-year-old in your prime, you lose to a 57-year-old, it's over with for Jake Paul. Like, there's nothing more you can do in this boxing world that we want to see. So you might as well join UFC. I know they were saying something about him supposed to be joining the UFC. Join UFC. Or go back to YouTube, man, because they ain't happening in the boxing world if we lose to Mike Tyson.
Definitely not. But we're gonna keep you guys updated on, that fight. Like I said, we could watch it live, man, when they first, we could do a whole another episode with that, man. But we out of time, man. I appreciate you, Nooney, for joining, bro. Just being part of it, man. Anything you want to shout out before we leave?
Man, look, y'all follow me on all social media platforms on Facebook. My name is Reginald Nooney Johnson. Give me a follow. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LA_cheesehead. LA as in the Louisiana abbreviation _cheesehead is my handle. And y'all make sure y'all follow the Flats Podcast on Facebook, Flats Pod on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube, Flats Podcast also.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. We will have you back on the show. But as always, man,
I'm James Jowitz, and thank you so much for coming. It was great meeting you.
No problem, man. Next time, bro, we gotta get you a better outfit, man. We can't have, both of y'all. We can't have y'all wearing that trash, man.
I'm die hard.
Yeah. And look, we ain't get into that, bro. I told you I hate the Saints. I hate the Saints.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But as always, man, this is J&J Sports episode 78, and we signing out, man. We're gonna see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out, man.
J&J Sports, coming to y'all with more in 2024.